Okay, our next one. We've been waiting for this one. Pryce Taylor is a highly touted prospect out of
Brooklyn,
well,
New York.
the New Jersey, New York area, and he's a legitimate heavyweight. Though he doesn't have the stature, the 6'7", 6'8", that so many of the heavyweights do today, but he goes north of 250 pounds. What kind of prospect is he? He is undefeated, nice amateur record. He's also in the Team Combat League. So how much of Pryce Taylor have you seen?
I've seen since his pro debut. I've been following him since he's been pro. Obviously, I've known him since he was an amateur. And one thing that I can say about Pryce Taylor, Randy, is that he is pretty athletic for a heavyweight. He moves light on his feet. He has great punch selection. We haven't quite seen yet if he has the gas tank to complement that skill set. But I will love to see how he progresses as his career goes on.
His manager, very highly regarded in the business, Keith Sullivan, just a very highly regarded manager, attorney, and the two of them have become very, very close. And Keith is very, very high on Pryce, and I've seen him before. I like his ability, and I think when I last saw him, he was around 270 pounds. He is not, you might think 270, well, he's getting a little bit, has a lot of chunk on the trunk. The last I saw him, he didn't. And I'm very impressed with the way a guy that big can move.
Yeah, I mean, he carries the weight well. Like I said, he's very athletic, and Pryce Taylor, kudos to his manager. He should be very proud of someone like that, because I mean, who wouldn't want a heavyweight fighter with the skill set that Pryce Taylor brings?
Now, Pryce Taylor is 3-0. Lawrence King is 2-1. And let's go up to Magnificent Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue the evening with the heavyweight contest, ladies and gentlemen, a special announcement. As we mentioned, raffling off all kinds of great prizes here at Boxing Insider at the Tropicana. George Farmer, you are the winner of the signed Larry Holmes glove. George Farmer, go outside to the raffle table, present your ID, and claim your signed Larry Holmes glove. Before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, another announcement, a special guest in attendance this evening. Multiple-time heavyweight champion and International Boxing Hall of Famer, please welcome the Easton Assassin, Larry Holmes.
One of my all-time favorite fighters, the Easton Assassin. And Henry, as I said before, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, one of the greatest of all time, and I think even on his night, may have been the greatest. The jab, unquestionably the greatest.
100%.
People talk about the Joe Louis jab, great. Ali jab, great. Larry Holmes jab had everything that any jab in the history of boxing had. What an incredible champion he was, and still is. Up to the ring announcer, marvelous Matt Compatillo.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue with a heavyweight contest taking place inside of 4 rounds. Our first competitor approaching the blue corner, here is Lawrence King Jr.
Lawrence King making his way into the ring out of upstate New York, out of Rochester, New York. I used to put on a lot of fights when I was commissioner. I used to go up there to many, many fights at the War Memorial Stadium. We had Aaron Pryor, the legendary Hall of Famer Aaron Pryor, fight there. And now to bring in the Price is Right, marvelous Matt.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent approaching the red corner, here is Pryce Taylor.
Pryce Taylor is definitely a top prospect out of New York.
Very popular, he's very outgoing, very easy to speak to. And for you guys who get SiriusXM Radio, check out on the SiriusXM app his interview with us the other day. Let's get this one started and go back up to Matt Campitello.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following heavyweight contest takes place inside of 4 rounds. It is brought to you by Tropicana Atlantic City, High Noon, Action Uniforms, and TRICARE Medical Transportation. Ed Claudio is the referee in charge of the action. Introducing first, boxing out of the blue corner, from Rochester, New York. He stands 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 237 pounds, entering this contest with a record of 2-1, 1 out of 2 knockout victories to his name. Ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence King Jr. And his opponent, boxing out of the red corner, hailing from Brooklyn, New York, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at an even 270 pounds, entering this contest with an immaculate record of 3-0, 2 out of 3 victories by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, the Price is Right Taylor. We go to Ed Claudio with the insurance for both competitors.
Eddie Claudio, the referee again for this fight. Just refereed the last fight, the veteran Eddie Claudio. Looking at both guys, giving them their instructions, likes where the trunks are. 270 pounds, Pryce Taylor, 237. Lawrence King. King is 2-1. Taylor, 6-0.
3-0.
This one, this heavyweight bout, scheduled for 4. Quick prediction. We don't know. Does it go the distance?
I mean, I would like to see it go the distance only so that we can see a little bit more of Pryce Taylor.
Yes.
You know, I think he's another one that has a lot to offer. And with the quick stoppage, he'll cheat the fans from what he has hidden in that tool set.
In his last fight, Lawrence King lost the unanimous 4-round decision to a guy who is 1-0, Darius East, in Rock Hill, Illinois.
Yeah, Pryce has made good use of that lead hand, shooting that jab out, staying right on the outside, keeping King right at bay.
Both guys about the same height, about 6'3" for King, around 6'4", maybe a shade above that for Pryce Taylor.
It's hard to believe that he's actually 270 pounds.
I know. See that overhand right? You know who he looks a little bit? He looks a little bit in his fighting style, trying to push off. See there with his glove? He reminds me a little bit in his fighting style, especially with the overhand right, of Big Baby Miller, who, of course, just has never lived up to his potential.
Yeah, Big Baby was another top prospect from New York City. And now we have Pryce Taylor, who's very patient this first round. He's not looking for nothing crazy.
Ooh, a swing and a miss. Big swing and a miss with the right hand by Pryce. Gets nailed with a right hand counter.
Nice combination there by King. Yeah, Pryce seems to be looking for that overhand right. Would like to see him try to set it up just a little bit more with that jab.
This is Pryce Taylor's third fight so far in 2024. In his last one, he won a 4-round decision. And then before that one, it was a first-round stoppage in 56 seconds of the very first round, back on January 27th.
Yeah, he's definitely been staying active this year.
Final seconds, round number 1.
Compared to the last 2 fights, the action here is a little bit slower, hey?
Ladies and gentlemen, the official after party
Okay,
for
while
boxing.
we head to the corner, let me ask you your opinion right now on today's heavyweight division. And of course, we are closing in on the big fight, Tyson Fury against Alexander Usyk. But the rest of the heavyweight division, do you like what you see out there? Could these guys, in your mind, beat the guys, maybe the Lennox Lewises and the Klitschko brothers, and even before that, well, let's not even go with Larry Holmes. Forget that. Larry is an International Boxing Hall of Famer. But today's heavyweight division,
I just think it's important to take into recognition that the heavyweights today are a lot bigger than the heavyweights back in the days, you know? And
that doesn't mean they beat him.
I mean, you know, but you know, if you got someone like Tyson Fury who knows how to use his size to his advantage, then, you know, it might work in his favor, you know? But it definitely makes an interesting discussion.
So you got to remember that these guys here in round number 2, Pryce Taylor and Lawrence King Jr., they have a dream. Everybody who steps in this ring has a dream, and the dream is to be the next Alexander Usyk, to be the next Tyson Fury, to be the next Anthony Joshua. Do you see anything of that in either one of these guys?
I mean, it's very early on in their career, you know?
Yes.
I mean, right now, what I like about Taylor is that he's making great use of that jab. He's taking his time, you know? King is obviously not backing down. He's responding. But, you know, I just think that there's a lot of potential in someone like Taylor down the line as he progresses and grows as a professional fighter.
Nice crowd here at the Tropicana Hotel. And a little while ago when Larry Holmes was announced, they gave him a very nice round of applause. And the people are still coming in, and the seats are really filling up here. It's so good to see that back again
For sure.
at the Tropicana. And we got to give Boxing Insiders Larry Goldberg all the credit in the world, because just like these guys have dreams of a title, Larry Goldberg has been a boxing nut job, just like me, just like you, just like all of us watching. And he is fulfilling a dream tonight, putting on his first show in Atlantic City. This is where he grew up, and he was watching fights from here.
Larry Goldberg doing a great job in creating a platform for these young guys to fight on. Taylor is definitely dictating the pace here at this fight. King is responding back here and there, but it's definitely Taylor that's dictating the pace, and who I would say has the momentum right now going in down to the last 60 seconds of round 2.
Not a lot of body shots going on there. They're getting close, and they're still headhunting. See, 2 jabs to the head, another jab, missed with a right hand, had it blocked.
Nice body head combination there by Pryce Taylor. Yeah,
Final 30 seconds, round number 2. The commish, Randy G, along with Henry De Leon.
Nice straight shots by Pryce Taylor. King is still responding in there. He's not exactly laying down for Pryce Taylor right now. He's committed. He's game still. Good jabs there by King. A little taunting by Pryce Taylor. Good body work to finish off round number 2 by Pryce Taylor.
That was a terrific finish to the round, and you have to think, I mean, King was having a decent round, and any judge who was on the fence with that, those last couple of shots to the body, which were hard and effective, I think the judges could have easily leaned to Pryce Taylor for that round.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I think that round was pretty dominant for Pryce Taylor. I mean, King had little pockets that he made it where he made it a slight bit competitive, but I still feel that Pryce Taylor definitely edged that round out.
Tonight's free raffle. You can win amazing prizes like signed boxes from Mike Tyson or Sugar Ray Leonard. Trading cards signed by Muhammad Ali. Who's our sponsor?
I think that King has to try to make a little bit more use of that lead hand to try to not allow Pryce Taylor just to walk in on him like that.
Outside near the entrance. Tell you where else boxing
A quick look into the corner of both fighters. With that quick look, did you have a feeling that one guy was maybe more tired or not tired? Or you saw nothing there. I didn't see anything.
No, you definitely see a difference in these guys compared to the opponents of the last fights that we've had.
Oh, yeah.
The body language says a lot, and King, he's still in here.
And in our opening bout, it was very impressive. Kobe Williams winning his professional debut on a stoppage in the second round. And in our last bout, it was a TKO in 4 for Dwight
Beautiful right hand there
Clements.
that King just landed on Pryce. Good body work there by Pryce Taylor. Finishing with a nice little flurry and a shot on top.
You know, as fighters grow, I think these opponents, this matchup is perfect for both guys.
Absolutely. Because it challenges, it challenges someone like Pryce Taylor. It forces him to, get comfortable with what it's like to swim in deep waters.
And to me, this is not a gimme fight for him. This is not something where he can come out and I'm saying, oh, he's really winning this one-sidedly. He's being pushed. He's being tested.
He's definitely being tested here tonight. Good
Nice.
body work.
Yes. Oh, see, now he's bending down. He's using his legs. He's using his body. You know, as I watch fights with Jerry Cooney quite often, who is one of the great body punchers of all time, when I'm sitting at ringside with him, he'll say, bend, bend. And he'll say, stop throwing the headshots. Aim for the chest.
I mean, this round definitely Pryce Taylor isn't shooting for the heads as much. He's going to the body. Ooh, good response from
King. King is no walk in the park up to this point.
Not at all. Yeah, King is definitely still in this fight. Good jabs there by King. Again, those jabs right there, just got to pecker him, keep him busy, keep him at bay.
He is throwing that jab, but a few of those were picked off on the gloves of Pryce Taylor.
Yeah, not every time that you throw the jab, Randy, I think that it's good that fighters learn to use the jab to kind of distract fighters. It doesn't always have to land clean, but it gives them something to look at. It gives their opponent something to look at so that they're not comfortable just walking straight in.
When you're training fighters, whether it's a beginning fighter, an amateur fighter, pro fighter, whatever, do you work more on the jab than anything? Is it the footwork that you
Jab
work
and footwork, I think, is the most important. I think that's right there is the most fundamental thing for boxing, because that right there can help create opportunities, and it can also help you get out of danger when you find yourself in trouble moments.
As I watch today's fighters, I'm amazed that guys don't have the jabs that they should. And one guy that I'm extremely, I just love the jab of guys like Gervonta Davis. I think that Keyshawn Davis, another lightweight contender, has an exceptional jab. I think that Teofimo Lopez has a very, very hard jab. I think that Ryan Garcia, let him get out of his trouble in New York, has an incredible jab.
Yeah, the jab is a crucial tool.
And a guy by the name of Canelo Alvarez has one hell of a jab. And here we go. Fourth round. And right back to work with the jab, changing speeds on it. Look what he's doing with that jab. He's changing speeds. He's doubling up on it, tripling up on it, then hooking off of it.
Nice step-in jab right there by Pryce. This is the last round, so both these guys are probably going to go out because they probably both feel that the fight has been pretty competitive, and I'm sure they both want to go home with the victory.
On your unofficial scorecard, who do you have winning?
I would have Pryce Taylor up by three rounds. Sorry, 2 rounds. 2 rounds, I think at that last round,
Okay.
King might have edged it out a little bit. I'd probably give him that last round, but
which says a lot because the judges could be looking at that same thing. So this becomes a very crucial round in the fight, especially for King. Should King win this round? And so far, he's looking pretty good.
Ooh, beautiful combination there by Pryce Taylor, throwing that right hand to the belly and coming up with the left hook. That jab snaps King's head back.
You see that?
I think he heard you, Randy.
Taylor was just starting to play a little bit with his footwork, and as he stopped to admire and think about his footwork, he got nailed with a jab. Now they kind of maul on the inside. Eddie Claudio says, okay, guys, let him go.
Good body work there by King. Yeah, Taylor doesn't even seem fazed by those body shots. Nice little feint there by Taylor.
1 minute remaining in this fight. If you're scoring at home, how do you have it scored?
Good body work there by Taylor. Wow, beautiful inside work there.
Excellent matchmaking by the Boxing Insider crew. Eric Botcher,
Ooh, yes.
one of the best matchmakers in the game, I might add.
This is a great finish for Taylor. I mean, he's very dominant this round. Just walking King down. I would like to see him, use that jab a little bit more, 2 or 3 jabs, and then throw that right hand. He's just throwing that one single shot just to throw a looping right hand, and he's missing. Ooh, good body work there by Taylor.
10 seconds remaining in this fight. Heavyweight bout. Pryce Taylor against Lawrence King. Will Pryce Taylor remain undefeated? There's the final bell. They have a hug for each other.
Great fight.
Let's see how the judges score this one. Are you going to be getting in there and interviewing both guys? Is this going to be an upset?
We'll see. I don't think it would be an upset. I think definitely Pryce Taylor edged it out. But you got to give credit to King. He was game. He was there. He made it competitive. He challenged Taylor in little pockets of the fight here and there. And, this is a good learning experience for someone like Pryce Taylor.
And we were talking about that earlier, that when guys are matched competitively, even though they don't necessarily win every single fight, they actually become a better fighter because of that tougher competition.
Absolutely.
Look, you could get in against 100 guys who are not even in your league, and you could be 100-0 and learn nothing.
Hmm? Yeah. The fighter doesn't grow if you're constantly being fed easy opponents. You want opponents that are going to challenge you, opponents that are going to make you want to think in there, make you try different things in there. That was a fun performance by both these guys.
So in your professional opinion, this fight's going to go to Pryce Taylor.
Absolutely. I think Pryce Taylor definitely had the better moments in that fight. I think he was the more dominant fighter. Again,
I am very impressed with a guy that big, 270 pounds. The way he moves for a guy that big.
It's incredible. Incredible.
We've never met. Pryce and I have never met face-to-face like this, but we were actually face-to-face on Zoom the other day because he was a guest of mine on Sirius XM Radio. He was a great guest. So I think when he finds out that I'm down here, maybe if you just point me out, I think, oh, here's my man. I was on with him. He was very, very entertaining, and the phone lines lit up. He was so entertaining. So he's got the personality inside and outside the ring. We'll find out if he's going to remain undefeated. Scorecards are being checked. Microphone being turned on by marvelous Matt Campitello.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we go to the judges' scorecards. Mark Constantino scores the bout 39-37. Anthony Lundy and Paul Ball scored about 40-36 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. The price is right, Taylor.
A pained look came from Lawrence King, who drops to 2-2, and Pryce Taylor now goes to 7-0. A learning fight, a learning experience from him. Let's go up to Henry De Leon with a happy winner.
Pryce Taylor, congratulations. Great performance. Tell me, how do you feel?
I feel great. Once he felt my power, he wasn't gonna stand there no more. So I had to start working forward. That's not my style, you know. So I gotta work on that conditioning for a little bit. But I got the win. So happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Ma, happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to everybody. Tomorrow, I want to thank my gym, Constant Kids. I want to thank my manager, Keith Sullivan. I want to thank Larry Goldberg for holding this event. Thank you for this event. We're gonna blow up New Jersey. Yeah, Atlantic City. Let's get it. I want to thank Brooklyn. That's where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Represent. I want to represent my coaches, Benny Ramon, Jason Ramon, and I just want to thank Pat Russo for opening Constant Kids and allowing me to box. Without him, I wouldn't be boxing. I swear. And I want to thank everybody that came out, support.
That's a beautiful shout out there for a lot of people. But let me talk to you about your fight a little bit. Did you find yourself in a bit more of a tougher challenge than you expected going into this fight?
No, I knew he was going to run. So I had to make sure I get my conditioning for moving forward and try and get him out of there. He was a little slippery, that's all.
You're obviously staying busy with the team combat stuff. How many more times are you looking to fight this year as a professional fighter?
10 more. Get them all. I'm ready.
How soon can we expect you back?
When the next event is. Yeah, whenever the next event is. I think that's in July, right? I think so. I don't know. I think I'm spoiling. I don't know.
Well, congratulations.